Today I'm going to explain some of the scalping entries that I did and go through the details and the thought process when I'm taking the trades and when I am exiting the trades and what I'm thinking. So what we are looking here is a NQ 800 tick chart, and this one here is an NQ 4000 tick chart for a bigger move, and this is an ES 2000 tick chart, and I got the time charts here, 15-minute NQ and 5-minute NQ here. So we had earlier a move from this 50 SMA here, about 76 point move here. We did this, and then now I'm looking at it if this move is gonna be able to bounce from the moving average level and do this, or if it's gonna fail at this level here, then we may go back to visit this bottom of the channel here. So that is what I'm looking. So if I see a breakthrough here for the downside, then possible short entry, and if I see a bulls are coming in and breaking through this level here for the upside, then possible long entry. And this is the market open today, and from the overnight is the high here. So from that point we did a down move here like that, and with this move here then we broke that down move here. Now we did this strong move here, now doing a pullback and possible second leg here to test the highs, or if it's gonna fail then we may go back here to this channel level here. Okay, so this is the bottom level here that I'm looking, and this is the Vwap here, and also kind of lining up with this channel here, so can be a bounce area here, or if it can break through then it may see more downside here. Okay, so it's trying to break through here. This is a 50 SMA here. I need to wait the signal bar, strong push bar without too much wick on the bottom, because now I'm trying to see if a short entry, I don't want to see a wick on the bottom. And this is some trend levels here. So this is a 50 SMA bounce here to see. I'm gonna look if there are any bounce and wick, but it didn't. So that's a nice signal bar there. Okay, so I entered on that one because right after that strong push there, and now it is below the 50 SMA, and this is a Vwap here to see what the price is going to do when it touches the Vwap. Is it gonna go through, or it is gonna print a wick and bounce back up? Those are the things right now I am thinking. And also on the bigger time frames that I have the 21 exponential there, and on the 5-minute here this is a 9, and we have the 21 here. Okay, some buyers are trying to buy it at this level here, and this also, when you're looking at the left here, this is a previous chop range zone here, so things may get choppy in this area here, so you need to be careful on that. As far as closing this trade right now, the price is, I see that the momentum is nice, but so this is a 9 exponential right around here, and the 50 SMA right there. So if I see the price close above this level, then I will kill this trade here. Okay, now it is testing the Vwap here. On the first test, I see some bounce that buyers are buying. That's a nice buy there. Okay, the sellers are trying to push it back in. Yeah, this, I didn't like that wick too much, so I think I'm gonna exit there. Okay, so right there is a bar with a wick here that shows that possible buyers trying to buy it from here. This also kind of coming back with this level here, right? So this can be a bottom of the channel buy area here. Also, when you look at the 4000 tick chart, we have a up channel here, and now we did this bounce from top, and now we are possible that bounce from the bottom channel also. So you always better to keep in mind that if you have a pattern on the bigger time frame like a 4000 tick chart, then you need to pay attention when the price is on the edge of those patterns, right? And then trade accordingly. Okay, now I'm looking at it here that there is a down move here. So if I see that the momentum kicks in and closing above these moving averages, then it can show me some strength momentum there, then possible retest high level here. And also this is the bottom area of that channel on the bigger time frame. Okay, now I see that momentum is coming in. There is no wick here. There's a nice strong bar so far printing, We got 50 ticks left. Okay, so that one had some wick on the top level here. So I'm gonna look at this bar here. Now this is trying to break this down move here, or is gonna bounce back to test the VWAP level area here. And if I see the momentum here, then it can be possible retest high setup here. Okay, so I keep seeing the wicks here. So there are some sellers also still trying to push this and possible do this move here, right? Because this move here around 53 points here, and so far we did a pullback around 57% here, so it is a little bit more than halfway. Okay, so we got the moving averages here. Still price is above the moving averages so far. And so in this area here, now the buyers and sellers, they are keep fighting at this level here. And now we have a couple weeks here that I can do another trend line here to see if this trend line is gonna hold or break through here. So I'm looking for always the momentum, and the best way to see the momentum is for me is seeing a signal bar without too much wick on the way that I'm trying to go. So far the price is on the sideway here, back and forth, and it's a good sign here that the buyers, they buy here and did a bounce here, and this is right around a little bit over 50%, so it can go back up. It's still possible for a down move. Okay, now buyers are trying to push. I see some momentum coming in. Okay, so there is no wick here. Okay, that bar is closing almost now. Okay, so we got another pressure from the top from the seller here on that bar, on that momentum push. There are still sellers at this level here, so this is also a previous high level here. Okay, so we still have bounce from each side. So this is the highest part of that range here. This is the bottom part of that. Okay, there are more some sellers there. They push nicely there. Okay, now they are going for retest that VWAP level here. So far on the bigger time frame though, when I'm looking at it, I prefer to try to go long at this point here because of the possible bounce areas here, because we still have the VWAP below, and on the bigger time frame there is still up channel here and we are at the bottom of that channel. So there is a good possibility that this can be fail, this down move, if they try to do it. And the hardest part of trading is, as I always say, is just waiting out and doing nothing. This is the hardest part. You need to wait that right time. Okay, so we have kind of looking like a wedge pattern here a little bit. So, but this upper channel here is still in effect unless I see a seller going through here and closing below that 50 SMA line here on the bigger time. Okay, so I see some more momentum coming in. Okay, there's no wick here. It's a nice bar there. And now it's trying to break this upper downtrend line here. And the moving averages are here. So this is a nice also bar here, signal bar here. Okay, I think I'm gonna enter there. And my exit is gonna be below this moving average here, where our 50 SMA, 9 exponential, and the 21, 25 altogether. So these are the nice bars that printed and broke the downtrend line here. And this level should hold, right, if it does a pullback. And if it doesn't, then I will kill the trade. So this is the trend line here. And this is also a W pattern here. And this is a higher low here. Okay, now it's pulling back, testing the, wow, that's a flush there. So just kill that trade there. Yeah, so because this is a very strong bar, and if I didn't kill the trade right below this moving average here, then I could have doubled my loss here. So you need to be quick cutting that losers if it's not going my way, because this was a momentum entry here, right? And if I don't see the prices in the momentum still and going below that momentum level here, then it is best way to just cut it early instead of waiting. I mean, it is possible that price may bounce from here because we still have a bigger trend line here, right? But I will prefer to just cut it early, and then if the price bounce back and comes back out, I can re-enter it again. Okay, so we are back to the wedge area here. So we still have this move here, and we still have this move here. So it still look like a wedge in here that this one here failed. Okay, now I'm looking at it here. After this fail here, if the sellers are strong enough to push this through this level, push this through this Vwap level here, then can be a possible another leg this way, right? But if they fail, if they can't do that, then it is another possible way that for the buyers to make another swing like this one here. So those are the possibilities that right now I am thinking. So we have this down move here, still needs to break through, and we are still on the 4,000 tick chart. We are still in the channel, on the upper channel here, right? And now its price is in the sideways here, so there's nothing to do right now. You just need to wait and because if you make your emotions take over, then you may just try to enter trades that you're not supposed to. So it's really important that you always kind of look for the setups and don't pay attention too much about the dollar amount or the point amount that you are controlling your emotions after a loss entry. And this is one of the hardest things to do. It's not easy, I tell you that. Being able to take your mind away and focus on the price action and the moves and the setups is really not easy, because it is so strong feelings about being able to profitable, being able to make money, and being able to be a consistent trader. It affects us so much that it has a very strong effect on us, on our emotions and feelings. So it is really not easy to just push those away and then just focus and think about the price action and the setups and your entry and exit level. So the previous swings are usually what you can expect for the next swing. So we had around 76 point swing previously, and before that we had around 60 point swing, and we had around 54 point, 55 point swing. So the swings are anywhere from 55 to 75 point range. So if there is a breakthrough and then be another swings here, then it is possible that one of these numbers, very possible. Of course, it can be bigger than these swings if things are changed. Things can change, and it can be like 100 points, 80 points, 90 points too. But if the rest of the day is you are getting between 50 to 70 range swings, which that is what we keep getting, then most likely the swings are gonna be at those levels here. So when you are in a trade and trying to take your profit, you need to keep that in mind when you are trying to stay in the trade or when to exit. So when you are getting ready to these levels here, that swing levels, then better to think about it, to stay in or not stay in and getting your money from those trades. Okay, now the price is again trying to push. So that was another momentum bar here, that we have this one, we had that one here, that's a nicely printing there. Okay, you can possibly retest high here. Like I said, this can be another swing to maybe test this level here. Okay, so I entered there, and then I'm planning to, if it does a pullback here, then I may enter another position, because the momentum is started right from here, there, and then continue it, break through that level. So this was the trend, and this was a nice momentum bar printing, and this was the wedge, which is what I was looking previous entry. This was like that, but this one was failed. So now we got this one here. Okay, so now that is getting 55 points right now. So wow, so that was a fast move. Okay, so it's already a 70 point move, so I'm getting ready to exit this trade. Yeah, so that another 70 point move here, and this was a 76 point swing there. And also when you're looking at the bigger time frame, 4,000 tick chart, there is a multiple tops here, so can be some resistance area here. Okay, now I always look when I see a strong move. I look at the moving average level here. So what the price is gonna do is gonna bounce and give me another leg, or the down move is gonna be strong and then gonna do the continuation for the downside for the swing. So they are trying to, some buyers are trying to buy it here on that pullback, which is this area here can be a nice pullback area. It's not too far down. That shows that the buyers are still in control of this move. But if we see, let's say this is a 25 exponential, if it comes to that point here, that is already almost halfway of this move here, right? So if you see like this deeper pullback, then I'm kind of thinking less for a continuation. But if I see the bounce around 20-30%, maybe 40%, but this is a better chance for a continuation for the second or another leg. Yeah, so far on this one here, there wasn't any bounce, and they also break through that 25. Now we have the 50 SMA below us, which is lining up at this bottom of that channel again. And if that is gonna be, this can be another swing here, and rinse and repeat, same thing, right? You gotta be mindful of the bigger time frame channel patterns, so you gotta always keep in mind that where the price is coming. So if the price is coming with an established pattern on a bigger time frame, it is better to not to go against it unless you see that you see some action going through there and it's not valid anymore. And then in this 50 SMA, we saw some bounce here. Okay, so we have this up channel still in effect on the bigger time here. There can be a possible another bounce area at this level here, and we may see another swing, another 50, 60, 70 point swing to maybe test this level here. Okay, now the price did a bounce from the 50 SMA. Now it is testing the 25 and the 9 exponential. Okay, price is on the sideways right now. It has a little range area here. Okay, now the sellers are trying to push. There is another bounce here. Okay, there are some momentum bars printing. Okay, this was a nice jump there, and there are some sellers from the top. Okay, now we have this down move here, that if the buyer is gonna go through this down move, if it does, then possible that another swing up to testing that level here also. So far the price is bouncing from the bottom of the bigger time frame channel again. There are some sellers here. I see the wicks here that printing. Okay, so that's a breakthrough that here. That's a momentum bar here. Okay, another nice bar is printing. That's a nice bar. There is no wick here so far. Okay, almost close on that bar. Okay, that's a decent bar here. That's a good signal bar there. And then this right there. Okay, this is a 9 exponential. Maybe I'm to enter on the pullback here, and then exit will be right below that 9 exponential. Pretty close, pretty tight exit level, because this is a momentum entry. So if there is a true momentum, I want to see that momentum kind of keep going, right? And if I see the momentum is failing, I have no business in there. Okay, I'm carefully looking at right now. So if I see the price closing below this 9 exponential, then I will exit the trade. And if the momentum holds and momentum continues, then can be a big reward with a little bit risk here. And that was a nice push. Okay, it also went through above that previous high. Okay, so that is almost 53 points there. Okay, 53. So I think I'm gonna try to exit there. That's pretty decent money there. Okay, you may go another 5-10 points to reach that, or maybe 60 points or 70 points, because so far the biggest one we had is 76 points there. Okay, so it exited me out on that target. Anytime that I see a sudden jump like it happened on this one here, this bar here, I prefer to get my money at the peak when I see that sudden jumps, right? Usually because when you see a sudden jumps, then you can expect the sudden downfall same way. So because of that, when I see a sudden jumps, then I like to get it while the price is high up. But if this was a slow, rather slow, gradually growing momentum, then I will probably keep trailing it till it stops me out. But because of this was a very sudden jump here on the price action, then when you see a jump, you can expect another jump back down. So that's was the main reason that I wanted to take my profit there. I was actually trying to go at this level here because that was gonna be the right around 70 point swing range, 70 to 75. Okay, so we had another swing. So we did 76 points there. We had 70 points swing there, and this was a 53 point swing there. And that upper channel is still in effect here on the 4,000 tick chart. The only thing that I didn't like about this last move is the bulls, they did not be able to go higher much from the previous swing. So this may show some weakness on their part, and maybe because of a couple previous high levels here, the people, they didn't want to buy at this level. Some sellers maybe are trying to push it from here. We may see price visiting at this level here probably. Okay, now they are testing the bottom level at that 50 SMA here, and this is the launch time started for the Eastern time around 12 a.m. and that's usually where I stop trading for the morning session, and I look at the afternoon. If I see some setups happening or not, I may do some more, or if I don't see anything good, then I will just leave it at the morning session. And sometimes I see there are some nice moves also, but not all the time. So most of the time I don't trade after 12. This is mostly where the London also completely, I think they are done at this. Yeah, so a couple of things again, take a note for if you are doing a scalping or trying to find your entries, you need to pay attention where the price is. So if it is on the bottom of the channel, then it's better to go long, and same thing on the uppers, it is better to go short because of the bigger time frame channel here, unless you see a move that against and invalidate this pattern, something like that, for example, may expect to down move from here, right? But unless this doesn't happen, then I prefer to go with the bigger time frame trend. And also another thing that you need to pay attention is if you see a certain size of swings, then you can expect the next swings right about the same size, right? Like on this one here, we had 60 point swing, we had 76 point swing. So my take profit area, I was shooting around between 60 and 70 on this entry, on this trade here, and then on the next trade here, which is 53. So you kind of look at it, what the market for that day is offering. So if it is offering between 50 to 70 range, then it is better to go with that range for your targets. And of course, that doesn't mean you don't see a bigger swings. It is very possible that you may see higher than that, but usually I keep in mind that till it proves me wrong. Yeah, so this will be the end of this video, and I hope this helps you in some way, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.